Thank you for joining us on WCBN Sports, live coverage of the Detroit Sweet 16 Regional Midwest. We've had some technical difficulties all day. We think we've found a manageable solution that's worked for us through the first half, and so we're happy to go live as Josiah Jordan James takes a three-pointer, won't drop. Creighton has cut this lead to 5, was as big as 16 for Tennessee. My name is Kelin Flynn, alongside me Neal Sinha, Trey Alexander standing at the March Madness logo at midcourt. Shireman back to Alexander. Kalkbrenner sets him a screen. Alexander denies it. Kicks it out to Shireman. Shireman uncorks a three, too strong. Rebound is tipped away, and it's a foul on Jason Green, the freshman.
Yeah, and it's an unneeded one from Jason Green, who's given Greg McDermott some amazing minutes as of recently. But I don't think McDermott's going to really care right now, because that's just the third team foul on Creighton right now. It's going to put them closer to the bonus, or for Tennessee in the bonus, later in this game, which honestly might be fine if McDermott's squad needs to start fouling.
Zakai Ziegler takes it over the timeline for Tennessee. Farabello defending. 6:20 to go, 5-point Volunteer lead. Little pocket pass into Awaka, and he can't get it to drop. Alexander, a couple of crossovers, pulls it back out. Shireman floats it upstairs. Kalkbrenner rejected at the rim, and there's a whistle.
Man, Kalkbrenner was he's going to get put on a poster right there, or I should say, put him on a poster, because he's gone up quite a few times for some alley-oops in this game. Frankly, it's all that's been there for Kalkbrenner so far this game. Great job getting physical down low, though. And he needs these, though. It's been a difficult game for Ryan Kalkbrenner today. Sitting at 12 points, make it 13 now with that first free throw. He just hasn't really had a whole lot of space, really, to get going. And they're going to need him the rest of the way here.
Kalkbrenner makes the first, cutting the lead to 4. He has 13 points tonight, 7 boards. Second free throw on its way, and good. 3-point ball game, Neal. This has been a ton of fun. Creighton on a big run to get back into this one. 9-0.
It has been back and forth, back and forth. Tennessee with an 18-0 run earlier in this game. Creighton with some amazing answers as of recent.
Ziegler works it around into the corner now for Connect. Connect is doubled, and he'll clear out. Dalton Connect says to Trey Alexander, can I have this dance? Deep pull-up three from Connect. He's got it! The human flamethrower, Dalton Connect, with a big-time three for the Volunteers. Alexander into the lane, lost the handle. Picked up by Tennessee. Alexander slow to get back down in transition. Akawa tried to throw it down on Kalkbrenner, and he draws a foul. Second time that a Volunteer has gone into the paint with bad intentions on Ryan Kalkbrenner.
And Kalkbrenner's just got to go straight up. I mean, I'm not sure what Awaka's really doing right there. You're not going to throw it down on the 7'1" center for Creighton. Just go straight up if you're Kalkbrenner. Don't foul. And it looks like actually they're going to overturn the call here. It's going to be on Awaka on an offensive foul. That's huge, Kelin.
That is, and would have been another one on Kalkbrenner. Alexander mitigates some quarter court pressure. Ziegler harassing Stephen Ashworth at midcourt. Far near side wing, excuse me. Alexander gets a screen, kicks it out to Shireman. Shireman on the attack, back out to Alexander. Mashak defending. Alexander into the lane, tough shot, won't fall. Rebound bounces around and makes its way to Jason Green. Ashworth, fall away, triple, it's good! Stephen Ashworth!
Oh my goodness, what a game. What a game. Trey Alexander making plays right there.
Connect, his three, the answer! Dalton Connect, another one!
Kelin, what did we say earlier? Back and forth, and it's continued to be that way here in Motor City.
Ashworth down the lane, he got it! Stephen Ashworth putting the Blue Jays on his back. 4 minutes to go. 4-point Volunteer lead. Back and forth basketball at its finest.
Listen to this
Connect
crowd.
has it. He shoots a three. Dalton Connect too strong. That was a heat check for number 3. Up the floor to Shireman, and Connect says he didn't touch it. Officials will congregate. It was a cross-court pass up to Shireman in the corner, and I believe they just ruled Tennessee basketball.
I just don't know what Stephen Ashworth is doing with that pass. Baylor Shireman, there wasn't a passing lane right there. I mean, Connect was sitting in it, and I'm not sure that pass was needed from Ashworth. Nonetheless, how about this answer by the Creighton Blue Jays to get all the way back in this game? They were down 15, Kelin, and they have been fighting after that 18-0 run. Down 4 with 3:54 to go. This is the exact game plan that we said that they would need for the last 15 minutes, and they played it out to a T.
Well, we'll take a short break. At WCBN, we try not to take breaks, but with our soundboard, we found if we give it a little breathing room, we're typically good to go during the action. So we'll step away for just a moment and be back when the action returns. Four-point contest. Welcome back to WCBN Sports coverage of the Sweet 16 here in Detroit, Michigan. My name's Kelin Flynn. Neal Sinha, my partner for tonight's broadcast. Neal, it's been a ton of fun so far. Zakai Ziegler picked up at midcourt by Stephen Ashworth. Connect, runs off a screen, curls it into the lane. Tough shot. Dalton Connect can't finish. Shireman boards it up the floor now with Alexander. He's picked up by Meshack. Right wing receives a screen. They get the switch. Ziegler on Alexander. Some dance moves from Trey Alexander. Now we'll post up Ziegler. Kalkbrenner out to Green. Ashworth. Jordan James defending. Shireman thought about a three. Now into Kalkbrenner. He's got Meshack on him. Kalkbrenner shot won't go. Rebound goes to Meshack in Tennessee. 3:10 to go. 4-point game.
Kalkbrenner's got to take that to the basket, Kelin. I don't know what he did. He had a wide open lane. Take it to the basket. Be aggressive.
14 points for Kalkbrenner tonight, 7 rebounds for the star center. Dalton Connect with it, guarded by Shireman. Gets a screen. Connect into the lane, over Kalkbrenner, and it's rejected off the backboard. Shireman lays out for the loose ball, and it will stay with Tennessee. 4.6 on the timer, 2:27 to go in the game.
Yeah, there's Kalkbrenner's second block of the day. We said it, coming into this game, averaging 3.1 per game. You know, you knew he was going to alter a few, as well as just causing problems and disturbances on a few others.
So Zakai Ziegler barking out orders to his teammates. He'll be the trigger man from basically the corner. Tennessee got to get the ball in. And Rick Barnes will elect to use a timeout. Excellent inbound defense from Creighton, and we'll take another short break. We'll be back after Tennessee concludes the timeout. Back to the action, 2:47 to go, and Duke and Houston in a nail-biter. 3-point Blue Devil lead with about 16 seconds left in that one. And we've got another fantastic game going on in the D.
And Kelin, this is called the Coffin's Corner for a reason. It's one of the hardest places to inbound the ball in basketball. Tennessee's going to have some troubles here.
They do get it into Ziegler. Ziegler splits the double, and he traveled. Zakai Ziegler tried to tiptoe through a couple of blue jerseys and took too many steps. That's a big-time turnover forced by Creighton.
I'm telling you, it's so hard to inbound from a corner like that in basketball. And Ziegler didn't really have any space, even when he caught the ball, which was already after 3 or 4 seconds on the inbound.
Baylor Shireman will inbound here. Tennessee, full court pressure. Ashworth is going to be picked up right at midcourt by Zakai Ziegler. This has been a fun battle to watch all night. Alexander loses the handle for a minute, gets it back. Ashworth thought about the three. He's trapped in the corner, hits the deck. And we can't see the official that made the call. It looks like that's going to be a whistle against Meshack. We are all the way up on top of the gondolas here at Little Caesars Arena.
Yeah, I mean, how many feet do you think we are up right now?
A lot.
Like probably
more than a few.
Yeah, probably 100 at least. I mean, this is very high.
Probably about 7. 7 feet up. Trey Alexander takes it over half court on the near side. Awaits a screen from Kalkbrenner. Hesitates. Couple of dance moves. Now it's a post touch for Kalkbrenner. Near side post. Awaka defending. Kalkbrenner nowhere to go. Left-handed hook, won't drop, Connect boards it, and that's going to be a whistle against, I believe that's on Miller of Creighton.
Kelin, what is Kalkbrenner thinking right there? Taking a 15 hook, left-hand fadeaway. Like, it's just low percentage. Dish that ball back out and find a better shot.
2:10 to go. Tennessee nursing a 4-point lead. Meshack, near side wing. They work it over to Jordan James. Connect. Off a screen, catches it. Shireman defending. Ziegler curls a screen. Floats it up over the top of Kalkbrenner. And it's a foul on the floor. It is going against Creighton. Meshack grabbed the offensive board, threw it off of a blue jersey as he fell out of bounds, but an official came over to make a call before that, so it'll stay with Tennessee. 5th team foul on Creighton. Ziegler gets it right back off the inbound. 14 on the timer, 1:45 on the game clock. Screen from Awaka. Pocket pass into him. He goes into Kalkbrenner and converts and one. Tobey Akawa gives the Volunteers a 6-point lead with a chance to add one more at the stripe.
Yeah, it's just one of those. If you're Kalkbrenner, you gotta commit. You either fully foul and force him to the line. Awaka, not necessarily the best free throw shooter. I mean, he's a solid one at 73%. Or you just let him get the easy layup, but you can't do a little bit of both.
Awaka's shot is going to ping pong its way home. Tennessee takes a 7-point lead with 100 seconds to go. Kalkbrenner gets the touch back to Ashworth. Ashworth going right baseline. Shireman into the lane. He's defended well. No good. Apologies for the cutout there. We've been trying to do our best to keep it smooth sailing for our listeners. A minute 17, 71-64. Tennessee got a stop on that last possession, and then Zakai Ziegler was fouled. He'll head to the charity stripe. Tennessee now in the bonus as Creighton commits their 7th foul.
Yeah, this is going to be do or die time soon here for Creighton.
Ziegler,
oh, man.
72.5% free throw shooter, but another offensive rebound for Tennessee on the miss. Ashworth has to foul Jordan James, and that is not the guy you want to be sending to the stripe. 82% free throw shooter.
Yeah, this game's starting to slip away from Creighton a little bit. I mean, they fought very valiantly to get all the way back into it, but they just didn't make the shots at the end of it. And Baylor Shireman, I mean, he's had a great game, but he's shied away towards the end of this one.
First of the 1-and-1 is good for the 5th-year guard, Josiah Jordan James. Big free throws for Tennessee. We've seen throughout this tournament, year in and year out in March, these games can change very quickly at the free throw line.
Yeah, it certainly can. I mean, either way, you know, make or miss, Creighton's got to go down the other end and try to get a quick bucket, preferably a 3, obviously.
A big make for Tennessee there. 9-point Volunteer lead. Miller to Alexander on the left side. 63 ticks left in this one. Alexander probing into the lane. Tough fall away, and he doesn't get it to drop. There's going to be a foul, and Alexander will head to the stripe. So more free throws now, this time for Creighton, but Creighton really needs to string together a couple stops and hit some big shots.
Yeah, they do, and I mean, you're not going to get it going for 2s. You know, I understand the quick 2. I understand the quick 2 argument, but they're going to need 3s here if they're going to be fouling.
Alexander steps up to the free throw line. Trey Alexander, a good free throw shooter. 82% on the season. With his biggest free throws of the year coming right now. First one is on the way, up and good. Cuts the lead to 8. Alexander takes a couple of dribbles, spins the ball in his hand, winds and fires, and connects there. 7-point lead for Tennessee. 58.8 remain on the game clock.
And no surprise for Rick Barnes and Tennessee, they don't include Jonas Adu in the lineup, one of their worst free throw shooters.
And they have Jordan Gainey in the game, who's a great free throw shooter, 87%, and they try to get him the ball, and they do in the And a big turnover forced by Creighton there. Gainey had it in the corner, had it poked away by Farabello, and they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. Creighton basketball before the foul occurred. A huge turnover forced by the Blue Jay press.
And Kelin, they need a quick bucket right here. Cut it to 2 possessions and suddenly a game again.
Shireman to trigger in for Creighton. They find Ashworth. Ashworth, quick 3, Air ball.
Not that
Rebound goes to Josiah Jordan James. He gets it to Connect, who's fouled. And Dalton Connect, not necessarily the guy you want shooting free throws in this situation. Now, to be fair, Creighton doesn't have Creighton not with many good options to send to the stripe, with Adu off the floor. Zakai Ziegler is the worst free throw shooter by percentage on the season. Tobe Awaka right there with him. First free throw up and good from Connect. Lead balloons back to 8. How about Dalton Connect today? 22 points. Looking to punch his ticket to the Elite Eight against his former teammate Stephen Ashworth at Utah State. Second free throw is good. The former Utah State Aggie and teammate of Connect's Ashworth with it. Shireman now floats it up for Alexander, who pumps, gets into the lane and lays it up, and it doesn't fall. A bunny missed by Trey Alexander. Jordan James with it, gets over midcourt. And that might be the dagger for Creighton. Trey Alexander got right to the cup, had a clear lane to the basket, and just smoked the bunny.
And I think it's just symbolic of the night for Creighton. I mean, they've had to battle for every single bucket. It was a quick closeout there by Tennessee once again. Alexander was able to make a solid move, get to the bucket, but, you know, sometimes you just miss those short ones. And I think, you know, his reaction right after missing that layup, Kelin, showed it all. He just put his head.
Josiah Jordan James hits both. 10-point Tennessee lead, 76-66. Blue Jays need a miracle. Ashworth pumps into the lane. Kick out. Alexander puts up a 3. That's good. 19.2, lead down to 7. As Creighton makes this interesting, they'll take a timeout. We'll take a quick break. 8-point lead for Tennessee. The Duke-Houston game has gone final. A low-scoring affair, 54-51. Notably in that one, Jamal Shedd, the star for the Houston Cougars, went down. And WCBN's own Kobe Siegel is devastated at his Cougs losing in the Sweet 16. A tough break for what has been a great season for Houston. 8-point lead for Tennessee. They get it into Ziegler. Ziegler's fouled immediately. 1.2 runs off of the game clock. And now, Neal, we're just into the free throw game. Tennessee with enough of a cushion where it's not even do or die here. Into the double bonus at this point.
Yeah, you know, we've seen crazier things, no doubt, in March specifically, but this would be a pretty wild one, I'll put it that way.
Ziegler clanks the first. And Ashworth checks back in for Jason Green to get another shooter on the floor. Ashworth hit a couple of tough threes earlier today. 13 points, 3 of 5 from beyond the arc, the starting point guard for this Creighton team. Second free throw on the way from Ziegler, and he finds it. 9-point lead. Baylor Shireman to inbound. Gets it to Alexander. Alexander over midcourt. Looking for some space. Quick trigger three, and he hits another one. Trey Alexander puts 2 home. Lead is now 6 for Tennessee. They get it in to Ziegler again, and he is fouled with 10.7.
And I mean, that's going to need to be the game plan, but you know, you're starting to look at the clock here and add up time of possession, things like that. It just doesn't add up.
I mean, that was about 6 seconds off the clock for Alexander to get down and get that one off.
And they're down 2 possessions and the maximum extent of 2 possessions. So
they got 2 points back on the last trip. Ziegler hits the first free throw there, and that might do it.
Yeah, big sigh of relief from the Tennessee faithful here. Again, this is big for Rick Barnes. His first appearance in the Elite 8 with the Tennessee Volunteers.
Ziegler cans them both from the stripe. 8-point, 3-possession lead now for Tennessee. 10.7 on the timer. Shireman inbounds to Ashworth. Ashworth gets over, pumps, quick trigger three, and he hits it again. Creighton refusing to go away. 5-point game into Connect. Connect takes a couple more ticks off the clock. 4.9 now, and still head to the stripe. And again, a big shot to get those 3 points, but if Tennessee's able to make one, even if you don't make any, it's still 5.9 is, or 4.9, excuse me, it's tough to have enough time to get those shots up and down.
Yeah, I mean, the situation now for Creighton is you need Connect to miss one of these, and then you need a quick pass down the court, quick three, I mean, very quick three, and then get a steal and then hit 3. I mean, that's the dire situation of this right now.
Dalton Connect sinks the first. Lead back up to 6 for the Volunteers.
And if I'm Dalton Connect, I just throw this one off the rim on purpose. There's no need to make it. Force Creighton to scramble, and the game's over.
Ryan Kalkbrenner subbed out. Ryan Kalkbrenner, Baylor Shireman, 2 staples of this program for the last 4 years.
Yeah, classy. Classy of Greg McDermott right here.
Stephen Ashworth next. Trey Alexander follows.
And classy Tennessee fans standing up on their feet, giving these guys a standing ovation that they deserve.
Connect with 1 more free throw. But with 4.9, just not enough ticks left for Creighton. The Blue Jays with high hopes coming into the tournament. Survived double overtime against Oregon as Connect sinks the second. Dalton Connect with 23 on the night. They'll just dribble out the clock. The freshman Josiah. And that'll do it from Detroit. Tennessee 82, Creighton 75, your final. The Volunteers head to their second Elite 8 in program history. 2010, their other appearance. And this is a team today, Neal, that looked like they can beat anyone in the country. The way they played defensively and shot the ball. Sky's the limit for the Volunteers. They'll get Purdue on Sunday. WCBN Sports will have coverage of that one. It'll be myself and Neal again. Thanks for joining us here in Detroit. Final, Volunteers 82, Blue Jays 75. See you Sunday.